Chance, just curious how excited you are about your brother having the opportunity to come here.
Yeah, no, I'm super excited. He's probably the hardest working guy I know, and I'm biased because he's my brother. But I mean, he's like a lot of guys in the country were affected by that COVID wave. So didn't really get a senior season. You know, had to make some position changes. Got a little like nicked up early in his career in high school, but like he was a crazy athlete, and to think that he had a shot to come play here, I think it's something he deserved, like he earned, and I'm really excited about it because I think that'd be pretty sweet to have two of us here. It'd be a cool deal. So I'm pumped.
I know he's a quarterback and he's got some tight end in his history. Any chance he could play linebacker?
He could do it all, but he's a quarterback. I mean, when he was younger, again, I'm biased. He's one of the most talented quarterbacks I've seen. And then I know you guys watch a bunch of high school tape or anything like that, but I mean, he throws the ball all over the field and makes great runs. Like he just sent me a clip the other day. He threw a ball like 60 yards, almost flat-footed. Like he's going to play quarterback somewhere, and he's going to do a damn good job. And I'd love it to see him be here.
Obviously, there's a lot of talk about Texas A&M's defense, but what have you seen from their offense? They seem to have gotten better over the course of the season as Calzada's kind of gotten settled in a little bit at quarterback.
Yeah, he's finding his groove. That offensive unit's finding their groove. That running back tandem they have is one of the best and most dangerous in the country. Up front, they're finding their five, and they do what they do really well, and they're talented on the edges too. So, I mean, they're a dangerous group, and they're starting to find their groove. And whenever a team kind of start getting moving, it's definitely something you got to pay extra attention to.
I know you guys are excited about the game, but being kind of a bigger game atmosphere with ESPN College Game Day coming, are you able to kind of feel the enthusiasm for the week upcoming and a packed Grove that you guys are able to walk through in a couple of days?
I kind of shared that with a buddy that had asked me something similar to that before. They talked about the Grove being a little bit quieter last game than it normally was, and I laughed, and I was like, I kind of put headphones on when I walk through the Grove and try to get focused, but it's insane to me every time. So I don't really. I mean, there are people lined up. I mean, you guys have seen it, I'm sure. So it looks crazy to me every time. So I don't know that I notice much of a difference. And then, I know it's cliche, but the next one's always the biggest one. And I mean, there is the extra motivation there if you need it. But I mean, this team's a great team. There's a lot of theatrics on the outside, but just it's the next one, so it's huge, anyways.
Chance, there are 4 or 5 you transfers on the defense that have been making a big impact this year. Just how tough is it when it's a bunch of guys who have never played before? And did it take time to kind of get everybody to gel together, or was it kind of immediate for you guys?
That might be a tough one for me to answer because I think I was one of the later guys to come in, not being able to do the spring ball. But I think that's a testament to the guys that came before me because I didn't find it hard to get a groove. I think those guys established great chemistry before. And coming in, it wasn't a huge challenge for me getting accustomed to that. So I haven't really noticed much of a difference other than the fact that every year you kind of got to establish that. So that's exciting.
I know you've talked about being in the portal before, but just when you think back to those couple of weeks you were in there, how weird was it? Was it bizarre? Was it different than recruiting the first time? Just how was it for you?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely different. I'm not huge. I don't love the recruiting process. Just being candid, it's not my favorite thing. I like kind of figuring out where I'm going to be and getting my feet set there. So I didn't want to be in there too long. But there is a difference to it. When you're 16, 17 years old, there's an approach to it that both you and then the people recruiting you take. And then when you're a little bit older, and I think both parties have an understanding of your prior history and then where you're trying to go now, and some of those things are a bit more established, it's a little more clear cut. So there's definitely a difference. I mean, there's still some similarities because it's still a recruiting process. But yeah, there's a bit of a difference, but it's a strange place.
Do you have a roundabout estimate of how many schools reached out when you were in the portal?
I don't know. I'm just glad this was one of them.
Chance defense got sacks have increased. Looks like physicality is up a little bit. Is that correct or incorrect? And it looks like the defense is more comfortable right now.
Yeah, I think I'm sure you guys have the number, but I know we had a lot of sacks. Those guys up front, rushed their butts off. They were were killing it all day. I think the physicality is coming along. I think it's kind of the same story that I think I've said before. We have like glimpses of doing it like really well, and like sometimes we can even stretch it out longer. So I think we played a good first half, and then second half we lost some of those things that you talked about, like some of that pressure and that physicality that was making us more successful. We kind of like got away from that a bit, and then found it again, which was important. So I think like we're doing better. We just got to keep moving along and not letting those lapses of focus happen.